Welcome to Fandemically Reviewed. Part of the Fandemic, this is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, I'll go over some of the facts about the movie, where we might recognize the directors, writers, actors, and then read some of the best good and bad reviews I can find based on title alone. I'll rate the reviews, give you my thoughts as well. Also, you can make up your own damn mind in under 30 minutes. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is Fandemically Reviewed. So today I'm talking about Star Wars The Acolyte. The first two episodes came out while I was on a vacation on this last week on June 4th. And I have some thoughts, but I also think a lot of other people have some thoughts as well. I want to go into this kind of without getting political or anything like that, because there's a lot of hate going for it. I don't know if I saw all that personally. I actually enjoyed it pretty much. I thought it was Star Wars, and we'll get more of my thoughts after I go over the IMDb reviews. But let's talk a little bit about some of the creatives for it as well, and just some dirty deets. So IMDb currently is rating this at a 4.8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes right now, at the time this is recording, is sitting at a 92% on the tomato meter with a 29% audience score. Take that as you will. Look, a lot of people, I am a huge Star Wars fan. My daughter's name is Leia, but I will also admit Star Wars has some of the most toxic fans out there. So take this. That's why I like to do this. Do it this way. You're not going to get any review bombs or anything like that with me. I'll tell you exactly what I think, and and if I like it or not. So the whole point of this is to make it so you can make up your own damn mind if you want to watch it or not. Here's the IMDb synopsis. An investigation into a shocking crime. I can't talk. An investigation into a shocking crime spree pits a respected Jedi Master against a dangerous warrior from his past. As more clues emerge, they travel down a dark path where sinister forces reveal all is not what it seems. All right, so this came out again June 4th. Next episode is June 11th. It's the director and creator of these first two episodes was Leslie Headland. You may recognize her from Single Drunk Female, Black Monday, Russian Doll, Bachelorette. I have not seen all those. I have watched Russian Doll, and Russian Doll is fan-freaking-tastic. I really enjoyed that show. And I don't know if it's getting more from Peacock. It's on Peacock, I believe. And all of a sudden, I'm doubting myself, and I didn't write it down. It's also written by Leslie Headland. Again, Russian Doll, about last night. Main stars, Amanda Stenberg as May/Osha. Spoiler. You know her from Hunger Games. I'm sorry, it's not Amanda, it's Amandla. From Hunger Games, Ozzy, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Dear Evan Hansen. Daphne Keane, she is Jackie Lawn. You know her from Logan, His Dark Materials. Jodie Turner-Smith, she's Mother Anissa. She's from Queen and Slim, Anne Boleyn, The Last Ship, Night Flyers. Lee Jung-jae, Hunt, you know him from Hunt, New World, Squid Game, yes. Charlie Barnett, he plays Yord Thandar. He's from Men in Black 3, Russian Doll, Ordinary Joe, Chicago Fire. Ordinary Joe was a cool show. I don't even think it made it a full season. I liked it. I actually liked it a lot. Chicago Fire, you can't go wrong with Chicago shows. They've kind of lost a lot of the steam as of lately, but they start off really good, especially when he was on there. Rebecca Henderson, she is Vernestra Rowe. This was one of the big ones because this is like one of the comic book characters, and it was awesome to see her in live action. She's from Russian Doll and Inventing Anna, and she looks the part. She's great in it. I can't wait to see where they go with this character. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start going through all of the High Republic comics on here and make a series out of it. So, and last but certainly not least, Carrie Ann Moss. She plays Master Indara. You know her from The Matrix, Memento, Daredevil. She's been in a bunch of stuff, and she's a pop culture icon. Here's my review system. I have a 5-tier. My lowest is a You Shall Not Pass. 2 out of 5 is Are You Not Entertained? 3 out of 5 is going to be I'll Be Back. 4 to 5, May the Force Be With You. And 5 out of 5, No, I Am Your Father. Now, I base my reviews I choose solely on the title alone, and I have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally know talk good. I'll do my best to read them as I see it. Punctuation, good, bad, and all. All right, we're about 6 minutes in. Let's get going. Let's start with the all right, this is a 4 out of 10. So my bad reviews, I go from 1 to 4, good from 6 to 10. I try not to live a lot of the middle unless I find a good title. This title is CW presents Star Wars. All right. I'll keep it short because it's pretty much all in the title. Slogged my way through the first 2 episodes, but I'm going to let this one go. It just wasn't engaging me at all. Too many things felt amateurish, and something about the tone of the whole production is way off and feels generally like CW. Or I'm sorry, like a CW show. And not one of the few good ones. It just doesn't have that Star Wars flavor or spirit or something. Well, I guess I'm required to write more to submit, so I'll do that. Costumes looks cheap and strange. Well, they're aliens. The world felt too bright. Writing was often juvenile and or poorly phrased. Cast is all very young, which reveals their target audience for this one, which does seem to be the CW demographic. So there, you have it. So yeah, I agree with a lot of this, but again, I like the story. It's going to be interesting to see where it goes. See if it's going to go all through I think there's 8 episodes. All right, let's do a 3 out of 10 now. All right, Star Wars writers should know Star Wars. Okay. Episode 1 was hard to watch. Writing on this series so far is at the CW level. Okay. I'm catching a theme. And toward the low end of that. The casting or miscasting, perhaps, is baffling. The lead looks too young for the character she portrays and lacks serious in presence. The character isn't interesting to boot. What was the thinking behind assigning her this acting task? Other characters suffer from the same mismatch problem. It's as if the characters and their actors were drawn out of a hat. On to other issues. Dialogue is clunky. As an example, during a fight, one character asks another why they are there. Answer: to kill you. If killing with access cringe for Star Wars canon, this would be a dangerous weapon for the Acolyte. Kung Fu action is another main theme for the series. Why? It doesn't look like the Star Wars. It doesn't look like Star Wars. Could we get some explanation why the fighting style is suddenly front and center? In sum, the Acolyte is a poorly written mess out of the gate, and it suffers from an apparent general lack of understanding in regard to the Star Wars universe. Overall show running on this one is poor. All right. Let's go right into a 1-star review. The Acolyte, I can't talk. A galactic disappointment. The Acolyte, a show touted as a fresh take on the Star Wars universe, fails to deliver on a nearly every level. Despite its intriguing premise, the series is marred by a plethora of issues, making it cringeworthy and unengaging watch. First and foremost, the acting is atrocious. The performances are wooden, lacking depth and emotion, making it difficult to become invested in the character's journey. The dialogue is cheesy and clunky, often feeling like a parody of sci-fi tropes rather than a genuine attempt at storytelling. Furthermore, the show's pacing is abysmal. The narrative meanders aimlessly. I just lost my place. Okay. Furthermore, the show's pacing is abysmal. The narrative meanders aimlessly with long stretches of boring exposition and unnecessary tangents. The plot holes and logical fallacies are glaring, making it difficult to suspend disbelief. The characters are poorly developed with too many quirks and traits that make them feel like characters rather than fully fleshed out beings. The show's reliance on sci-fi jargon and aesthetics is also overwhelming, feeling like a shallow attempt to seem intelligent and complex. The action sequences, while occasionally impressive, are few and far between, leaving the viewer with long stretches of dull, uneventful storytelling. Perhaps most egregiously, I can't say that word, the Acolyte fails to capture the spirit of Star Wars. The show lacks the heart, humor, and adventure that defines the franchise, feeling like a generic low-budget sci-fi tale instead. In conclusion, The Acolyte is a galactic disappointment, failing to deliver on its promise of an engaging and exciting Star Wars experience. With its poor acting, pacing, and character development, it's a show that's best avoided. All right, you got a 1, a 3, and a 4. And I agree with a lot of the points that are made in the bad reviews. My biggest problem is the writing, but we can get into that a little bit. Let's check out some of these good reviews. Okay, these are good reviews from 6 to 10 stars. This is an 8-star, and we're going to call this is called just a solid start. Production value is closer to Andor than Obi-Wan. This series works a good standalone project that doesn't require a load of fan service connections to enjoy. This is the first live-action attempt in the Disney era that is removed from the Skywalker era, and it's refreshing to watch a Star Wars story that doesn't need a I remember him moment to carry the story. The first 2 episodes are a slow burn, so I'll reserve final judgment when the entire series is over. But it's an excellent start in something different from the normal Star Wars fare. I suspect Star Wars who aren't obsessed with politics will enjoy it. Thank you for putting that one in there. I'm with you. I'm so tired of politics. All right, here's another 8-star review. Star Wars fans are the worst. Reading these comments are hilarious. Why are we comparing it to Andor? It's not that. I actually liked it better than Andor. I swear Disney should just stop making anything Star Wars because you fans make it difficult. You complain it looks the same, then when they do different, you all complain. When it's a good movie or story, you say, oh, well, it wasn't like this in the cartoon or whatever. It's like always complaining about something. The show is good, and it's only the first 2 episodes. Stop complaining already and give it a chance. A lot of you fans are just complaining babies and crying over a story that's not real. Laugh out loud. You act like it's real life. They're making new stories and trying to give us entertainment. Just sit back and enjoy. I agree with a lot of that. I try to have a more positive outlook on things as people that I know, and so I try to take off lenses of things like that I've heard, some of the actors saying and everything when I go into the products, try to make it just as just me as possible. All right, here's a 10-star review. The 10 stars is to bump this rating up. Okay, all right. Warning: spoilers. Overall, this series premiere is pretty much what I expected. I really wanted the Acolyte to be something great and fresh, but in the back of my mind, I always knew it would just be decent at best. And from what I see in these first 2 episodes, it's by no means a complete misfire. Don't listen to everyone giving this a 1 star. It certainly does not deserve the current 4.9 rating. Yes, the dialogue is a little choppy. It's not A-grade acting, and the writing is too convenient. But what about everything the show does do well? The set pieces, costuming, visual effects, and in my opinion, the general plot development hits the mark. I found the relationship between the 2 sisters very intriguing, as well as Saul's character and the actor's notable performance. The tone shift to a crime drama version of Star Wars is certainly interesting enough to keep me watching. Should they have killed Carrie-Anne Moss? No. Was that ship crash sequence pretty damn cool? Yes. If the series starts to pick up a bit in the 3rd episode and really delves deeper into the world of the Jedi during the time, I'm confident this will be a decent series. Not anything great. Don't compare it to The Mandalorian or Andor or other lightning in a bottle shows, but at least satisfactory introduction to this unexplored time period in Star Wars. So here's my thoughts on it. Yes, I didn't like a lot of the writing. I thought the writing was pretty off. I mean, I could even sit there and I was even coming up better lines in my own head for some of these things. But this is a new era that's never been explored unless you've read the comics or you've read the books. And this is a time where the Jedi arrogance is at a high. And this is what the show is about. This is about the beginning of the fall of the Jedi. And, you know, it's going to be cool to see things from a different side. Yes, there is a ton of political crap surrounding this. No, you should not pay attention to any of that. Story's fine. I thought the acting is fine. I think that the set pieces, it felt like Star Wars before there was a Skywalker. I just got some awards. And so also, who would you give the best actor so far? Me. I'm going to say Daphne Keane is the best that I've seen in this. And she plays Jackie Lawn. The worst actor in this is, honestly, is Amandla Stenberg so far. And I'm saying that in not in a bad way. I think that there's a lot of better, and I hope she gets better throughout the series. But I am having a hard time buying her as this main character. The story, again, it's the writing for me, but I'm willing to see where it's going to go, and I'm looking forward to see where it's going to go. The show stealer in this, actually, you know what? I take that back. Worst actor is not Amandla. I'm changing my mind after thinking about it for a split second. We are going to say it is Charlie Barnett. Jord Fandor is the worst actor, and the reason why is he's just a douche. He is just there to be a douche, and he's supposed to be a fresh Jedi Knight. His Padawan is smarter than he is. And I'm going to give Jackie Lawn, Daphne Keane as a show stealer as well. So there you have it. Find me, friend me, follow me on Facebook at The Fandemic, TikTok at Fandemic1, Instagram at The Fandemic1. If you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk. Who knows, maybe it'll be the next guest on The Fandemic. I'd love to have a deeper conversation about the Acolyte throughout the season. I'm going to try to put one of these out like every 1 or 2 episodes. So let's see, where would you rate this? What do you think is the best, worst of the actors in the show? How do you think it's going to go? Have you read the comics? Answer those questions for me. And if you want to support the show, there's several ways to do so. Buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thefandemic. Go to Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTNFandemic. PayPal or Venmo, Bradley Buchanan. I'm not going to say no. And most importantly, just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review. If you like this, check out all things Fandemic and hear all the fun conversations with myself, Brian, and whoever else wants to talk. You can also order my kids' book, Loveland and My Awesome, and Stuffed Animal Night Force versus the Dream Invaders on Amazon, or contact me directly for autographed copies. I got 2 more books that's in the works. Hopefully, it should be out sometime in the next month or 2. Plus, my dad actually wrote a book that I'm helping him get published as well. All right. Star Wars The Acolyte, episodes 1 and 2. You just got Fandemic.